major changes are taking place. The world that you once knew will no longer exist. The conditioning that has been brought to us from generations, the karmic cycle is coming to an end. People are finally awakening and understanding who they truly are at this moment. I'm Johnny Christ, and I'm here to talk to you about the awakening. I know a lot of you have been going through a lot of emotions right now. A lot of anxiety, a lot of not knowing what's coming next because of the fear. But I'm here to tell you, there's nothing to be afraid of. All this energy that is coming into you now, I know it's overwhelming and you guys can feel it. You can feel the energy inside of you. You know, a lot of people feel that energy in their core, their center. They refer to it as anxiety, but it's not anxiety. It's just new-found energy. It's very powerful. It's magic. And it's entering your body as we speak. I know through my previous videos we talked about conditioning, and we talked about what you can do to break the conditioning, to become aware of the conditioning. And I know we talked about suffering and how when you truly suffer, that's whenever you awaken. Because when you suffer, you get to the point where you say, I can't do this anymore. This is not who I am. I can't deal with myself. And you realize, you say, I can't deal with myself. There's a difference between I and myself. You're referring to two different entities. You have this internal energy inside of you, this consciousness that is trying to find its way out. Your true inner self. The true meaning of life. And it's been so hard for you lately because you've had all these thoughts in your head. Anytime you're trying to do something, these repetitive thoughts just keep showing up and making themselves known. And you have to understand that those thoughts are not you. Those thoughts that tell you you're not good enough. Those thoughts that tell you you will never be successful. All the doubt that comes from those thoughts are not you. Those thoughts are what some refer to as your ego. Those thoughts are attached to form, attached to the body aspect. I mentioned before, you're either more body than soul or more soul than body. When you are more body than soul, the ego takes over. That is when those thoughts are at its strongest. They manipulate you, they control you, they hold you back from your true purpose. And conditioning has brought those thoughts out to where they've been in full control for so long. And I know with those thoughts comes suffering. It's hard to progress in life when you're constantly thinking about things. I mean, things that haven't even happened yet. The only moment is the present moment, and I'm about to tell you why. The past. People use the past to identify who they are. They become a victim to the past. But the thing is, without the past, you would not be who you are today. Every life event that has occurred in the path that you've taken has only brought you to where you are now. And you can choose to be a victim of the past, or you can choose to learn from it, to self-reflect and to grow. From growing, you find power. That moment when you say, I can't do this anymore, I can't deal with myself. That is you realizing that whatever you're doing no longer suits you. It's time to grow from it. It's time to get away from it. There's so much more to life. The The whole purpose of life is to experience it, to find your purpose by following your passions. Your passions are what you wake up every day and you are so excited to pursue. Those are things that make you feel fulfilled. They make you feel whole, and they make you feel like you have purpose, because your passions are your purpose. The future doesn't exist, because the only moment that's ever going to occur is the present moment. I mean, think about it. As soon as the future comes, it's the present moment. The only future that occurs is one that's inside your head, that's dictated by thoughts, by overthinking. You're so worried about an exam. You're so worried about a fight with somebody. You're playing these scenarios in your head over and over. There's a video that's playing. And it doesn't just play in one situation. It's like in one outcome. That video in your head plays so many different outcomes, it becomes overwhelming. The thoughts take over. You visualize everything that could ever go wrong, and seldom do you visualize what can go right. But the thing is, you mentally exhaust yourself. You hold yourself back because you're thinking about stuff before it has even happened yet, and it's never going to happen the way you visualize it. The only moment that you're supposed to exist in is the present moment, because the present moment is the only moment that matters, because what you do in this time right now is going to dictate what happens. You have to plant seeds, and you have to nurture those seeds and watch them grow into the life that you want. There's nobody in this world that can tell you what your purpose is. There's nobody in this world that can tell you what path you need to take, because the only person who truly knows what is best for you is you. But you have to find the power, you have to find the courage and the confidence to trust yourself. The trust that no matter what, you're going to do your best. And your best isn't always going to be your top performance. It's like some days we have down days, but your best is going to be whatever energy you can scramble up and put out throughout that day, because you have to keep moving forward. That's the only way. When the more you suffer, the more you start to see patterns, and you have to self-reflect, because there's a point to where the outcome is never going to change. The outcome is already set. How you get there, that's going to change. You can either take the easy path or the hard path. The hard path is through suffering. And clearly, I know that a lot of you guys have suffered, and after time has passed, you heal. And you reflect, and you see how you reacted to a situation in a previous present moment, and you realize how much you've grown from it, how ridiculous the situation was, and how at the end of the day, the present moment now, we had all this fear when those situations were occurring that were holding us back, that we had this vision of the future that was going to happen. But now look at when that future became the present moment. Did it even happen the way you thought it would? You just have to let go. You have to trust yourself. You have to have the confidence to move forward. Those thoughts can go away. You have to self-reflect. You have to understand why things have happened the way they happen, because there's always a reason. Everything balances out.